The livelihoods of many thousands of people in Sri Lanka depend on natural resources. Yet, poverty, limited opportunities, and a lack of knowledge force many communities to be indiscriminate about their use of natural resources, with the result that often there is overexploitation and habitat destruction. The MFF-SGF funded 12 projects that focused on introducing alternative livelihoods that generated additional income to families, revived traditional livelihoods, and improved the self-employment skills of women. In Potthuville on the eastern coast and Puttalam on the northwestern coast, 2 projects revived the traditional livelihood of weaving. The MFF-SGF supported the Committee for the People's Rights in Potthuville with a project for communities to grow and use sedges to weave baskets, bags, and other products. Equipment, including a weaving machine, was donated to the community centre at the end of a training program for 20 fisher women. These women are now earning 4,000 to 5,000 Sri Lankan rupees, or $30 to $37 per month, as additional income for products made from raw materials from their plots for which there is a ready market. The Mihikatha Environment Organisation focused on 2 poor villages in Puttalam. 40 women were given training for the production of equal-based handicrafts and for dressmaking. Equals are the mid-veins of coconut fronds. The average additional income per month for a beneficiary from selling equal products to local and foreign tourists is 2,500 to 4,000 Sri Lankan rupees, or $18 to $30. This is about 30 to 50% of the usual family income. Similarly, the dressmaking trainees save about 2,000 rupees, or $15 per month, as they now attend to all their sewing needs. Another project in the Puttalam area focused on microfinancing 33 income-generating activities. The Peaceful Environment Assured Rights Lasting Solution, also known as PEARLS, gave 33 women loans of 5,000 to 10,000 Sri Lankan rupees, approximately $37 to $74, for dry fish production, poultry farming, goat rearing, vegetable cultivation, weaving palm fronds, and to establish a small shop. These women are now earning between 3,000 to 9,000 Sri Lankan rupees per month, the equivalent of $22 to $66. All beneficiaries have started paying back their loans. The capital is used as a revolving fund, and repaid loans are used for new loans. And many more women are requesting loans and training for self-employment. Aloe vera cultivation in Kalpitiya in the Puttalam area by some 20 fisher families under the aegis of the Marine and Coastal Resources Conservation Foundation, also known as the MCRCF, has enhanced the self-confidence, social status, and financial capabilities of 50 fisher women. Aloe vera leaves are purchased by the cosmetics industry, while the excess is turned into an aloe vera drink and sold commercially in a mobile selling cart. There has been an increasing interest from media who have given publicity to this new venture, resulting in a visible island-wide interest. The MCRCF was awarded a Seed Initiative Award for promoting sustainable development and a green economy. 2 projects in Potthuville and Batticaloa on the eastern coast focus on home gardening to provide a supplemental income to needy families. The Al-Laksha Sarvodaya Shramadana Society targeted 50 beneficiaries from 2 villages in Potthuville, taught them techniques of home gardening, and provided support to establish organic gardens in their homes. On average, a beneficiary household receives an additional income of about 3,000 to 3,500 Sri Lankan rupees, or $22 to $26 per month from their organic garden. This may not seem much, but each family's purchasing capacity has been increased by about 50% since the project was initiated. The Social Economic Development Organization, or SEDO, in Batticaloa, targeted 20 widows and again provided them with both the expertise and equipment to commence home gardening. There was only a 60% success in the growth of seedlings, but even with such a large margin of failure, each beneficiary earned an average of about 4,200 Sri Lankan rupees, or about $31 extra income per month. The final two projects involved cultivation of seaweed and sea cucumber, both commercially valued in the shallow coastal areas of Mannar in the northwestern coast. Seaweeds produce carrageenans, which are important commercially as thickening and gelling agents used in the confectionery industry. There is a viable export market for dried seaweed from these seaweeds found in the shallow marine waters of Sri Lanka. Sea cucumbers, known commonly as beshdamar, are considered a delicacy in Southeast Asia, and there is also a strong cultural belief that they are beneficial to health. The export of sea cucumber is a lucrative business in Sri Lanka. The Seva Lanka Foundation engaged in a program to create awareness about seaweeds and seaweed farming to a fishermen's cooperative in Mannar and established 3 farms. However, a cyclone and floods that occurred during the latter part of 2011 destroyed these farms. Later, 2 new farms were stocked with seaweed and sea cucumbers, but the profits were insufficient. Such a community-based livelihood project is successful only if returns are high. It appears that small-scale seaweed farming is not attractive financially to fishing communities in the region. As a result, this project of seaweed culture was not successful. The Green Movement of Sri Lanka targeted 10 fishing families from South Bar in Mannar for cage culture of cucumbers. 10 pens were constructed and stocked with sea cucumber larvae. But these larvae were too small, resulting in increased mortality. In addition, there was a theft of sea cucumbers worth 480,000 Sri Lankan rupees, or about $3,700. The result was that this project was not as successful as it should have been. In order to rectify these flaws, the Green Movement of Sri Lanka began the next grant cycle with 1,000 larger juveniles, built a watch hut in the vicinity, and hired a person to watch the cages to provide round-the-clock vigil. These projects have served to alleviate, in some small way, poverty that is rampant in the targeted areas. It is too soon to comment on how the use of natural resources and long-term behavior of communities in relation to conserving them changes as a result of these interventions, but it is hoped that they will.